Hey, what's up YouTube? So in this video, I want to talk about the process of getting out of the military. So if you're in the military right now, this video would be perfect for you. I'm going to share with you some information that I wish I knew when I was processing out. And also, we're going to talk about the GI Bill in the second part of this video. So if you're already processed out and you're just wondering how you get started with your GI Bill and how it works, I'm not going to get in too deep with the GI Bill. I'm just going to scratch the surface. I'm going to be touching up on how you can start going to school and getting a housing allowance and all that stuff with the GI Bill. So, yeah, let's get into it. The first thing about getting processed out of the military is nobody really tells you like, hey, go make a copy of your medical record. So you should check, the first thing you should do is check your medical record out, the whole booklet, and go make a copy of it at a nearby facility, nearby office. Just literally put every page into a scanner. Now, there's an electric copy of your medical record now. I don't know how good it is exactly because I'm looking at mine and I'm not sure if it got all the record that I've had in my medical book, because when I was checking out of the ship, I was told that I can go get my medical record at the hospital, the main hospital, but the hospital was in Norfolk and we were deployed in Norway. So I did not check out my medical record and make a copy of it. So when I went into Norfolk Hospital for a checkout, they're like, can I have a copy of your medical record? I didn't have it. So I had to go scramble through a few people just to get my checkout paper signed, because I didn't have my medical record. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, you want to have an idea of where you want to go once you get out. Like whether you want to go to school, whether you want to go to work, or whether you want to start your own business. I think most people struggle with is when you're in the military, the life of the military person is pretty well taken care of. I mean, your food's taken care of, your housing's taken care of, your bills pretty much taken care of, unless you're very wasteful or like trying to show off to people, buy like expensive ass car that's out of your budget. Yeah, but once you get out, it's like you have all this time to yourself and you're managing your own time rather than having someone tell you, hey, go here at this time. You're telling yourself to go here at this time. So if you're not good at that, get good at that, because you will go nowhere. If you get out and you do nothing and you can't manage yourself, you're not gonna go anywhere. So that's one of the big things as well. And then the third thing is, make sure you get all your MyPay account set up, your VA benefit account set up. Get it all signed up before you get discharged, because it would be very difficult for you to backtrack and try to get all these accounts set up, especially MyPay, because usually when you have your CAT card, you usually log in with your CAT card on MyPay. So create a separate account that you can actually log in with a username and password, so you can log in anywhere in the world. And while you're getting processed out, I don't know what other branches called them, but the personnel center, that's the last place that you would go to process you out, that you get your DD-214 at. So when I was checking out, they were switching through this process of, instead of having to go to an office to get your DD-214, you can actually sign your DD-214 online and then they'll email it to you through a secure page. The issue with that is, if you're traveling, or if you were traveling like I was, you would have a hard time accessing their website, because one, you need a CAT card reader, but you can get that on Amazon, so that's not a problem. and you need your certification on your laptop. So that's not a problem either. You can get that right before you fly out. And then the third thing is your server needs to be a US server. So if you're outside of the country, you would need to access your website through a proxy provider. So your IP address can be a US IP address. And the fourth thing is, once you process out and you went through your terminal leave, you want to go through Veterans Hospital, which is the VA hospital, to get yourself registered. By the way, you can go to any state that you're settling in. There should be one by your house. So you can go register, so you can get your Veterans ID, and then you can get an appointment with your primary care doctor. So you can get evaluated by your doctor for disability if you're planning to file one. You want to get all that taken care of before your timeline runs out. So get everything set up so you don't have to worry about it. Now comes to the second part of the video, which is the GI Bill. For the GI Bill, the reason I told you to sign up for all your benefit account before you get out is because when you're signing up for the GI Bill, well, you may not have to log in, but it would be easier for you to log into your DS login so you can keep track of your benefit. Plus, if you're planning to get any other benefit than the GI Bill, that's the website you go through. So for the second time, you want to take care of that login. Okay, and the GI Bill, you can go to va.gov, and then there's a section for the GI Bill. And how the GI Bill works is, once you apply for the GI Bill, while you're going through the application, they'll ask you, okay, what school you want to go to. But if you don't know what school you want to go to yet, at least you should know when does school generally start. So you can put in the date of when your school start and find out what school you want to go to, what type of college or university or trade school you want to go to. So you can tell them like, hey, I want to go to this school. So they know the name of the school you're going to, so they can disperse the benefit properly. Anyways, once you apply through your GI Bill, click through all the application, all the website, fill out all the information, you will eventually get a certification of eligibility in your mailbox sometimes in the future. And once you do that, you don't have to wait for the certification of eligibility to apply for school. You can just apply to school right away, and most schools have a veterans representative which would help you out regarding GI Bill application and what can you do as a vet. You know, there's a lot of resources that will help you out. But anyways, a lot of schools also do application waiver fee on colleges. I know Pace does, which is a school that I'm going to now in New York City. And once you apply for your school, you can go to any school, by the way. So this is your opportunity to live in the city that you want to live, and you're supported by your GI Bill, because you get your school paid for and you get a housing allowance, which is enough for you to get a place. After you finish your GI Bill application, after you apply for school, you will hopefully get an acceptance letter from your school. So now that you're accepted, you want to pay the school deposit, if your school have one, in order to get put into the system. And then you want to track down, is there anything else I need to do, like paperwork wise? You want to talk to the administration office. And then you want to apply for financial aid. You want to take care of that, because that's more money towards your school. Financial aid, Pell Grant, which is the same thing basically. And then your school might have a grant for you as well because you're a veteran. And if your school is a yellow ribbon school, which Pace is, because some school tuition are a little expensive, but they do offer yellow ribbon program, which will cover the cost that the GI Bill does not cover. So if the GI Bill cap out at $24,000 a year and the tuition is like $40,000 a year, the yellow ribbon program will pay for the rest of the 16,000? 16,000. So the yellow ribbon school would cover that. And once you're applied, accepted, and your GI Bill is good to go. By the way, when you're using your GI Bill, I would recommend putting in the application like a month prior to your school starting, because you know how the government are. I mean, they're like slow, like really slow. So you want to get a head start in that process, so you don't have any issues when it's time for your money to come into your account and your bills are due. Anyway, you have applied for your GI Bill, you have been accepted for school, and make sure you get your school schedule. You have to go to school full time, which is 12 credit plus. And you will get your school schedule and you're ready to start school. The thing about the BAH allowance for the GI Bill is it depends on the zip code of your school, like what city your school is in. So for example, a school in the middle of like Texas would probably get more, or would probably get less housing allowance than a school in New York City. You know what I mean? So whatever city you want to live in, you can support yourself with the GI Bill pretty decently. So you want to pursue the city that you want to live in. This is your opportunity to live wherever you want to live. And you can even go international, but the international BAH capped out at $1,800 a month. But if you take that to a country like Thailand, Vietnam, anywhere around that area that's not like super developed, super expensive, you will be comfortable with $1,800 a month. But anyways, that is all for this video. Hopefully this covers a lot of the information that you guys, hopefully this video covers a lot of the information that you guys have questions about and you guys don't know where to go. There's always life after the previous life that you're used to. So if you're a veteran like me, there's amazing things out there after the military as well. The military has given me a life experience that I could never get anywhere else. But at the end of the day, life must go on and you must pursue your dreams. So whatever you desire to do and you decide to get out and pursue that, do it fully with your heart, and I wish you the best of luck. And if you have any questions, please comment below or even shoot me a message on Instagram. The link will be in the description of the GI Bill and my pay. If you have any question about anything else, about how's the transition after the military, or how's traveling right after getting out of the military, please ask me. I would reply. I promise I will reply. Anyways, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.